Hi, everyone. This is the onboarding webinar for South Louisiana Giving Day, which is happening on May 10th, 2018. My name is Jenna Kodik. I am a project manager at Civicor. We are the technology provider who is working with the Community Foundation of Acadiana to put on this event for your community. So today we are going to walk through how you will go about submitting a registration form in order to participate in the event, and also sort of all of the steps that you'll need to do in order to get your organization's profile live and public on southlouisianagivingday.org on that website. So to jump right in here, you'll see here we are at southlouisianagivingday.org. I would highly recommend that you go ahead and bookmark this site, as this can sort of serve as the hub that you'll need in order to access everything that you'll need to do. So you can come here and bookmark this site. First step is going to be to submit an inquiry form. So to access that, you can hover over this login button up here in the right-hand top corner and go ahead and click on nonprofit. Even if you are a church or a school, you can go ahead and click that nonprofit link, and it will bring you here to this login page. I would also recommend bookmarking this if you'd like to sort of save a step, southlouisianagivingday.civicor.com, and this is where you will always continue to log in to your profile after you've completed these steps. So for this first step, you'll see this button right here. Click here to register for South Louisiana Giving Day 2018. Go ahead and click that. And this will take you to the registration form. So you'll need to submit all of the information on here, and this will serve as your sort of inquiry to participate. All of this information will get sent to the foundation, and they'll be able to review your information in order to approve your organization to participate. So kind of quickly going through this form on a high level, you'll notice anything with this asterisk will be a required field, so you'll have to put in that information in order to hit submit. A lot of this should be pretty basic information that you should have readily available, but more or less you'll need to provide a point of contact for the event. This person will be receiving all the email communication and things like that from the system. Some basic information about your organization, your name, EIN number, address, things like that. Mission statement, operational budget. You'll have the opportunity to input some social media links, and then some basic acknowledgments, agreements, and your signature. One thing I would like to point out is under your profile section, this URL link. Essentially what this is a way for you to come up with a unique URL that you can provide your network of supporters. And when they click on that link, it will bring them directly to your profile on southlouisianagivingday.org on that website. So you can use something that's familiar. So it could be the name of your organization. It could be an acronym that's frequently associated with your organization. It just needs to be something unique and recognizable, but really could be anything that you'd like. So for the sake of time, I've already put in an example one, but essentially you would fill in all of this information, click submit down at the bottom, and then you're going to receive a confirmation email that your registration form has been received. And that email looks like this, has SOLA registration received. Quick note, just letting you know that it went through successfully. The next step, and what's happening now, is that the foundation is reviewing your information, and once they've had a chance to do that, they are going to approve you to participate. When they approve you to participate, you'll receive a second email, this one with the subject line, participation approved for SOLA. And there's a little bit information in this email kind of about next steps. But the most important thing that you'll receive is this link down here at the bottom in the email. And what this link does is it allows you to log in to the system for the first time and complete your profile. So finish filling out some additional information that wasn't collected on the registration form. So going ahead, I'll go ahead and click this link. And when you log in for the first time, it's going to ask you to set your password for security purposes. So you'll need to go ahead and input a secure password. Click Save, and now you are successfully logged in to the system. So this dashboard is where you'll sort of land as your home page. Any specific announcements or anything from the foundation might be visible here, so check it out every time you log in. But the bulk of what you'll need to do is here under the organizations section. So if you click into organizations section, you'll see all of the information that you submitted on the registration form has already populated, so you won't need to input that information twice. There are some helpful steps here that'll kind of walk you through everything that you should be doing before you submit your profile to the foundation for final approval, and we'll work through these steps here together as an example. So step number 1, update or edit your organization information using the green Edit Organization Profile button on the right. That is this button over here on the right-hand side, and it will allow you to edit any of this information down here. So if we click that, you'll see that essentially this is all of the information that you entered on the registration form. So if you needed to update, say, the category, or you have a new logo, you wanted to add a little bit more information to your mission statement, anything like that, you can edit that information that you've submitted here. And when you're done, go ahead and just click Submit, and it will save your changes. Step number 2 is you can add additional users to your account. That is done under this Users section over here. One thing to keep in mind is that every user that you add to your account will have the ability to log in to this system just as you are now. And they will also be able to make edits to the profile. They'll be able to see donation information, sometimes donor information, and that sort of thing. So just keep in mind that ideally you should limit that to really only the users that are necessary, just to be sure that you're not sharing too much information and too much access with too many users. But in order to add additional users, you just click this green Add a New User, put in their information, phone number, email, password, and you can click Save. One great thing about this to note is that you can enter their information and put in more or less a dummy password here, and then those users will be able to go back to the South Louisiana Giving Day website, follow the same process that you did before. So go to Login, go to Nonprofit. It knows I'm still logged in. So they'll land here, and these new users that you've added should use this Forgot Password link, and they can input the email that you've added, click Reset Password, and they're going to receive the same auto login link that you previously received to your email. So that will enable them to set their own password and log into the system for the first time. Once they've set their password, and similar to how you now have set your password, you can always come here and use your email and password, and you'll simply log straight into the system. So I will log back in. So that's kind of a high-level overview of adding users to your account. Moving to step 3, we're going to talk about the topic of donation levels. So donation levels you'll see in this tab right here. So if we click into donation levels, you'll see some helpful information just sort of about what donation levels are and some tips for using them. But essentially donation levels are a way for you to suggest donation amounts to donors that are making a donation to your organization. So once they are on the giving website and they've selected your organization as one that they'd like to make a gift to, when they get to the cart and the checkout process, you can set up some suggested donation amounts, and it's really easy to do that. So over here on the right, you'll see Add a Donation Level. Click that. You can put in an amount. And the label is sort of a way for you to call out specifically what this amount means to your organization. What does it buy for your organization? What does it enable your programming to do? Things like that. So, for example, $25 might feed a family for a week. And just click Save. And you can continue to add additional donation amounts. You can increase the amount as much as you'd like. And continue to add various amounts. It's pretty much as simple as that. We do recommend, no more than about 4 donation levels, because that will start to clutter up the cart when donors are checking out. And we do want to be mindful that we're making it as quick and easy and sort of straightforward as we can when donors are looking to make a gift. But these can be really helpful if you'd like to try to persuade people maybe to some higher donation amounts or things like that. Another thing to keep in mind is that donation levels are totally optional. Your organization does not need to make recommended donation amounts or use donation levels at all. If you don't want to use them, you can simply leave this entire tab blank. And another thing to point out is that whether or not your organization chooses to use these, the donor will always have the ability to enter any specific donation amount that they'd like to. So even if we have these 4 suggested amounts, the donor could very well go in and say, you know what, I'd like to actually make a $100 donation instead of one of these 4 amounts. So that's always possible as well. So this is a great tool if you'd like to take advantage of this. Clicking into the overview, we can move to step 4, which is adding multimedia images and or YouTube videos to your profile. So moving in here, it works very much the same way as the donation levels. You can add a multimedia entry. You can title the image for your organization purposes. Then we can go ahead and upload a few of these so you'll be able to see sort of what they look like on the front end. This area does accept both images and YouTube videos. If you use a YouTube video, you'll select YouTube here, and then you'll input the link directly to that YouTube video specifically. This will not accept links to YouTube channels overall, so do make sure that it is a link to a direct video. I don't have any videos on hand to use as an example. But do know that that is available to you. So once you've uploaded those, the library of what you've uploaded will show here. And that is more or less steps 1 through 4. That's really all you have to do before you can go ahead and submit all of this information to the foundation for final approval. So to do that, it's as simple as clicking this Submit for Approval button here. And you'll see that your profile status has changed to awaiting review. So similar to when you submitted the registration form and the foundation had to review that information, the foundation is now reviewing all of this information again before it will approve your profile to be publicly available. So once the foundation does approve this profile, all of your information will be available on the public site. So for the sake of this training, I'm going to quickly hop in and approve that test organization so you can see how some of those things will come across on the front end. So if we hop back over to the South Louisiana Giving Data.org website, you go to the organization's page. This page is where everything will populate, and so if you click into your public profile, you'll see all of the information that we've entered and how that sort of translates to your actual public profile page. You'll see the name of your organization up here, your logo, and your mission statement. If you've entered Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, those social media links, those will appear there. And then for the overview of your organization, you'll see this scrolling image that's going to use those multimedia pictures that you've uploaded. So those will scroll through. And then additionally, you'll see some of that information from the registration form and the profile, specifically the category of your organization, the parish that you've selected, your website, and if you've indicated that you have match funds available, it will display the amount that you do have available. So that is sort of how the back end correlates to your profile on the front end. So again, it's a fairly straightforward process. Once you get logged into the system, you'll complete these steps 1 through 5, submit your profile for approval, and then the foundation will approve your profile. A couple of key dates that I'd like to make note of before we conclude this training. One is that registration will open for all organizations on Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. You'll be able to submit your registration form anytime between January 16th and when registrations will close, which is on Thursday, March 1st. So you'll have between January 16th and March 1st to submit that registration form to indicate that you're interested in participating, and then you'll be able to log in and finish filling out your profile. 2 other key dates that I'd like to point out. One is April 10th, 2018. That is when pre-scheduled donations will open. So a great thing about our system is that your actual giving event will take place on May 10th, 2018. But a month before that, donors will be able to log into the system and pre-schedule a donation for that day. So when a donor does that, they will log in, submit sort of their payment information, and queue up a donation that will be held until May 10th. And then on May 10th, all of those pre-scheduled donations will run automatically. So if you want to encourage your donors to go onto the site between April 10th and May 10th, they can absolutely pre-schedule a donation. So, maybe if they plan to be traveling or they're afraid that they might forget the day, they can certainly go in and schedule donations ahead of time. And with that, I will conclude this training. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to the Community Foundation of Acadiana, and they will be able to assist you with questions you have around this registration process. Thank you so much for your time, for participating in South Louisiana Giving Day.